Welcome to Coffee with Bridget, and today's coffee is Friendly's Caramel Swirl, and it's in my Do Not Disturb cup. So I had an interesting weekend, and the Do Not Disturb cup is very appropriate because I was silly and I downloaded a dating app this week. I mostly just wanted to swipe left on profiles, but I ended up in some conversations, and I decided to go on a couple dates. And boy, do I regret them. The first date, Um, I should have known that meeting really fast was probably an indicator that these people wanted to go way too fast. But I went and I met him, and he trauma dumped on me for an hour and a half about his ex-wife and his divorce. Like, told me stuff that I would never tell anybody else. But it was weird because, like, the stuff that he said was all stuff that my ex would say about me. Oh, she didn't have the dinner on the table when I got home. Oh, the house wasn't as clean as I wanted it to be. Um, I took care of the yard. She was supposed to take care of the inside. I don't know what she did all day. Things like that. And that was just like, wow, it was just an eye-opening experience because now I know kind of what my ex is probably saying about me and what he would say to a woman about me. And that was kind of like, oh my goodness, like, no, you know, um, like I really don't know what I'm looking for anyway. Like, I don't know if I believe in love anymore or I want a serious relationship or I don't know. I don't really know what I'm looking for. But I was like, okay, I'll go out and meet some people and see what happens, just to see what happens. But that first one was, oh, red flag. And I told my friend Dan about it, and he's like, well, you need to, like, let him go, like, as soon as possible. Like, let him know that you didn't work out and that you need to know. So I wrote him a little note and said, we're not compatible, and then I blocked him on everything. I didn't ghost him. I am not into ghosting. I do not understand why people ghost people. Like, that is so sad. Like, just to disappear and not say anything is terrible. But I was just like, no, that first guy, I mean, was he cute? Yes. Was he? No. His personality was not there. Like, oh my God. Like, oh man, I could tell he was a hothead and like, yeah, no. And then the second guy I went out on a date with, um, he had asked me a question about my drinking because I put on the thing that I never drink, which I don't. I'm not a drinker. I'm pretty much straight edge. I don't do anything. My addiction is coffee. So he'd asked me about that, and I kind of had a suspicion, but then he told me that he was sober for over a year. So I talked about AA and the network out here and stuff, and he moved from Wisconsin, Wisconsin to be out here, and that was pretty interesting. So, um, yeah, two vastly different worlds. Like, I had nothing to relate to him. Like, I had no, like, he was a Marvel and Star Wars fan and stuff like that, and we talked in over the phone in text about Marvel and Star Wars, but in person he didn't bring that up. He just kind of talked about um, AA and his experience being sober, and I was just like, I can't relate. Like, I am a nerd. I've never really drank. Straight edge. Like, I can't relate. So that was, he didn't even message me afterwards. Like, I was kind of curious to see if he would. I didn't block him or anything, but I was just like, yeah, I don't think he felt the chemistry either. I was like, we're just two different worlds. It was interesting. He had a story to tell, but yeah, so it was like, no. So, yeah, and then um I met another guy named Steven, and I am texting with him, but he's far, far away. So it was more like pen pals. Um, so I made a friend on there, but yeah, I deleted the app this morning. I was like, no. I'm like, I can't. And I think a lot of it is because I really have no idea what I'm looking for, like what type of relationship I would want if I wanted a relationship. Um, the divorce isn't final yet. Uh, Am I lonely? Yes. There are hard days. It is hard sometimes to not have someone there, to not have that relationship. Um, but luckily, I'm not codependent. When I was in my 20s, I was very codependent with my first husband, which sounds terrible. I have two husbands. That sounds terrible. Um, but yeah, two husbands, and I'm, you know, potentially looking for a relationship. I just never thought I'd be that person. But yeah, when I came out of my first marriage, I was very codependent. That was when I first was diagnosed with PTSD. Um, I don't think CPTSD existed back then. But you know, went through the codependency anonymous thing, which is one of the reasons why I kind of understood the alcohol anonymous thing with the second guy that I went on a date with. But yeah, I couldn't commit to someone who, could relapse like that. Like, ooh, no. Um, and it didn't sound like he was a nice drunk either. So that is not a good thing. But yeah, you know, it's really interesting, like getting out there and talking to people. And most people who are dating my age have kids. Most of them have kids who are either teenagers or adults, which is interesting. So when I say I have little kids, a lot of people are like, "Ew." So I kind of got a little taste of what it's gonna be like to date in my 40s, and it's gonna be interesting. It's definitely gonna be interesting. Um, I did meet one guy named Steven who lives pretty far away in Northern California. But so we're talking back and forth, and he might come out here and meet me, which is kind of interesting. But it would be a long way to go for a coffee date. But I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna keep the coffee dates because those two first guys, like, if I got on an actual date with them, oh my goodness! Like, if it was dinner and I was stuck in dinner. I mean, the one guy trauma dumped on me for an hour and a half, and I could not figure out how to get the hell away from him. So uh, dating is really weird. It is really weird in your 40s. Like, I was 20 when I met, I was in my 20s when I met my ex-husband. So, it was like the Broken Alchemist Jay pointed out, my brain wasn't even completely formed because your brain doesn't form completely until you're 28. So, I was with someone for a very long time, and he's what I'm used to. So it's going to be very different and very weird to be with anybody else on a date in a relationship. And uh, yeah, I just don't think I'm really ready to commit to a relationship or, you know, uh, test the waters again. The 2 dates that was enough for me for now. Um, and like having a little pen pal, that's fine, another friend. But being into something committed, and I just don't think I can do it right now. And I think that's what I learned this weekend is that I'm too happy being free. I'm too happy being independent. Um, and it's not that I don't need a relationship. It's not that I don't want a relationship. It's just I don't think I'm ready for a relationship. And I don't know when I'm going to be ready for a real relationship, something committed, if I am ever again. I kind of think marriage is overrated at this point. Um, yeah, it's tough. So that was my weekend, a dating adventure. And yeah, it was so bad. It was so bad. Like, they were cute guys, but I was just like, can't judge a fish by a book guy by his cover. It's just nope, nope. Yeah, and it's gonna be different when my ex gets a girlfriend too, and the girls meet her and stuff like that. It's gonna be hard, but life goes on, and new relationships are gonna happen. So you just have to realize that's a reality. But yeah, that was my weekend. I hope you guys had a better one than I did. Take care and bye for now.